This shingle's pretty stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to like bend this too.
All right, no bullshit out here a few days later. Let's test the pliability on these things. Hell yeah. So this is Northface first Rejuvenation. What is something that you always find those first couple times you do this with a roofing company that was either challenging or interesting or cool?
Well, I mean, first of all, your driveway, getting the trailer backed up here.
Yeah.
That was the first challenge.
This is Tim Brown. This is my driveway up in here. We're about to rejuve this roof.
I think the hardest thing for me was, as I've done a few of these now, just to slow it down. Because like I'm flying through stuff because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I've found now like I need to just slow things down. Even if I feel like it doesn't need to be explained, I need to explain it. You know? Because that's when it'll come back. But this house is easy because you don't have a ton of plants. So
yeah, you could literally burn everything along this house and that would be fine. But that is a challenge sometimes though, with like try not to like.
Yeah.
Because the chemical, if it gets on a plant, can it hurt it?
Ugly roof chemical does not, but the cleaner definitely can. Yeah.
You guys do a clean first?
Yeah, we clean the roof first. It's hard to tell on your roof, but normally the roofs have like visible algae staining from the ground. And so if you're trying to sell the house or like you're the kind of guy who's keeping up with the neighbors, like you could have a roof that's only 10 years old, but it just looks like crap.
Yeah.
So the first step of the process is change the roof so it looks like 70 to 80% of the way new the day we're here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's something interesting that you've gone through with Northface? Has there been any challenges kind of creating a culture of adoption around a new product, anything like that?
Yeah, I think every roofer has the challenge. I think the challenge Northface has isn't unique to Northface, but it's like here in Minnesota, it's a hail market.
Yeah.
So they're facing the challenge of like trying to convert a portion of their business over to retail. We're helping them with that, but you know, in this world, it's not the deductible selling the job. You know.
Walk me up and talk to me about what comes in a ugly roof trailer, and you know because I know that you guys do this for every company that you wrap a trailer, right?
Yeah. So we work with the design people to get all their logos. In Northface's case, they sent us a picture of their wrapped truck. So we tried to match the rest of their stuff.
Yeah.
So we get the trailer wrapped, so that part of it
looks really good, by the way.
Yeah, it looks sharp. I love their blue and silver color. Then inside the trailer, we put like a bed liner down on the whole thing. So if you spill anything in there, you can kind of wash it out. We just use a gas-powered roller pump. Got 300 feet of hose to kind of get you as far as you need to go. And then this is a 2 100-gallon tote. So this tote right here is where the magic happens. That's going to be your Rejuve tote. And then that one in the back is going to be your cleaner or your water tote, kind of depending on what you're doing.
And we're not dealing with a secret formula, are we here?
Secret formula?
Yeah.
As far as
like what chemical is that?
In here?
Yeah.
That's the Rejuve. It's a recycled, 80% recycled product. So we take recycled oil from the food industry and then extract the primary ingredient in that is methyl ester. Okay. Which is a fairly common.
Definitely sounds like we're in Breaking Bad right now at this point.
Exactly. But yeah, it's safe. I mean, I don't know that I'd recommend getting it all over yourself, but I've had Rejuve all over me, and you know you're
just bathing in it. That's
bathing in it. That's
that Rejuve life.
That's the secret to my Olay fresh look, you know.
Yeah. What is a perfect candidate for ugly roof?
What is a perfect? Well, Tim Brown's roof is a perfect candidate for ugly roof. Like just looking at this shingle, you got most of the granules still on there. You also have pretty good adhesion, so you've got a good tar strip. And overall, the roof was installed good. So granulars, still got some adhesive, good insulation. The Rejuve.
All right, so that's how you know. What types of repairs are you looking for to make sure it's like maybe not going to leak for another 5 years?
Yeah, I would say like all the penetrations, like plumbing stacks, like around chimneys if you got anything like that. Sometimes you got a patchy shingle, it doesn't quite match, and then that's kind of where this comes in. You wash everything so you get a better match of the shingles.
Cool. And as far as Ugly Roof goes, is there any other training or anything that they're doing with you guys related to it? I know sometimes they do sales training and stuff like that.
Yep. In the background, we got some presentations that we're working on and stuff like that, and teaching the sales guys what to look for what qualifies a roof for an ugly roof. So once they realize that this roof is qualified, they can either pitch the homeowner on a full roof, or go ahead and, if the homeowner can't afford that, then go ahead and pitch a ugly roof and try to save the customer some money.
If you, I know you're a homeowner as well, right? You're a homeowner?
I am.
So as a homeowner, how do you feel it's a nice value proposition? Like if you were a homeowner and you had the option of a replacement or a rejuvenation, would you appreciate that as an option?
Yeah, I would, especially from my own home. Roof's in good shape, but there's some staining on it. It's a little bit of an older roof, but it's still in good condition. So I feel like this would be a great product for my own house that I'd be interested in trying out.
How about you?
Yeah, same thing. My roof's actually all stained up. That's one thing that bothers me, like being in the roof, and I look at roofs all the time. So it's one thing I noticed on my house.
So are you gonna try it, maybe?
Probably. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
I just feel like, for me, I'm not mic'd up or anything, but I'll just throw out here, like, it's a really nice option. Like, if I can't get this covered by insurance right now, I like having the option of something that will make it look nicer for the time being, for the next 5 years or something like that.
For sure. And like my house, it's not going to be my forever house. And the roof looks fine, but I just like to get it kind of cleaned up.
Yeah.
And if I can get another 3 years out of it for what I'm probably going to be there for, why not do this instead of paying a buku amount of money to replace my roof when I'm going to be out of there in 3 years anyways.
Throw on some malarkeys or some F-wave or something like that, just for the last 3 years?
No. Maybe some cedar shakes.
Yeah. All right, thanks, dudes. Fill this up with water.
Yeah.
So this one gets water?
This one gets water and cleaner. That one gets water and redo.
Okay, cool.
I was hoping you weren't going to get it on camera.
What are you doing right now?
This was all rotted out, like you can see here. I think it was mixed metal. This is steel and this is aluminum, so it kind of eats it away. So I'm just putting a new piece of galv flashing on here, kind of sit in this little groove, kind of act as like a covering. So I got this lead anchor right here, so I'm just gonna get it to pretty much like the lead anchor. Got the roof pitch on there.
What's the importance of doing small repairs in addition to this roof for cleaning and rejuvenation?
Just like basic maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, you want to just keep up with your home to make sure it's not gonna have any leaks, and this is probably leaking. But I think this chimney goes back behind it, so I don't know. But it could have kind of ran back in the winter and stuff with the ice dam and stuff. It's just nice to get it covered up.
100%. Thank you, sir.
The guy who cleans the car, like, you don't want that guy doing work on your engine.
Yeah.
You know, so like the only ethical way to actually rejuvenate the roof and clean it is to have a roofer come out who can actually fix things, or just say, hey Tim, your roof's too far gone, we need to replace it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we could have
Totally
sprayed as much rejuvenation right here as we wanted, and it's still gonna leak. You know, like seriously, it's still gonna leak. So
So what would you say to those companies that are just basically franchising out people to spray roofs that don't do this type of work?
I mean, everybody has their business model. I think it's more as a customer. Like, make sure you're working with a roofer. If you're getting rejuvenation, make sure it's a roofer, because otherwise, you know, this is still going to leak no matter how much rejuve we spray on a shingle.
Yeah. Good point. Important. Dylan's a real roofer.
He's a real roofer.
One more time.
So with in the roofing industry in general, a lot of roofers, there's a lot of pride involved. A lot of people have a lot of pride, and you know, a product like this, it can seem gimmicky to a lot of guys before they can actually get their hands on it and just see it work.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that's where the hang up is with a lot of guys. Like,
And
they
I
don't
thought you were-
believe it because they have never seen it.
And I thought you were gonna say pride is in like revenue pride too, because I think there's a little bit of like, if it's $20,000 for a roof replacement and like $4,000 for a repair and rejuvenation, if you don't really look at the profit, like let's say that's like half profit on this versus like way more work and a little more profit for a replacement. People aren't doing the profit calculation, they're doing the revenue calculation.
Right.
I think
well,
the top
I mean,
line.
if you're looking at the profit too, a large amount of you might have a more profit on a roof, but you also have more overhead, so that overhead's going to eat into that bigger profit. With this project, it's a little, smaller profit but bigger margin with less overhead.
Yeah.
You just need two guys that know how to run a pump and a sprayer.
Yeah.
And know how to do a couple of repairs, and that's really the only overhead you got.
Basically,
besides the vehicle.
Yeah, my whole thing that I get into is just like, for a couple guys, and if you could charge, if you can charge $3,000-4,000 plus for this, like, and a homeowner, I actually am very excited about it because it doesn't matter. I get it. We want to give them the full roof replacement, but a homeowner really wants this. Like a homeowner really does not want to replace the roof.
Right.
So if you give them an option that's not a replacement, but you can still get money from it, like it basically could take some of those people that would never have turned into revenue.
Right. And it's not only this or only that. You can do your roofs and do this on the side too.
Yeah.
You can do 2 of these a day.
Yeah.
And make really good profit with low overhead.
So are you gonna be the one doing it?
I wish.
Why? It's a pretty easy day.
Pretty easy day, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Chlorine-based product could kill a plant if you're not careful. This product just dries, and it has like kind of it dries clear, but it'll kind of look like oil siding. So because water and oil don't mix, anything he hits with water, the reed can't penetrate.
Gotcha. So you just really only need 2 people at the end of the day for ugly roof?
Yeah, but by and large, most of the crews are 2. Some will run 3 if you're doing like really detailed repairs. But yeah, in general, this is all you need.
Sweet.
You got 2 men in a truck.
Boom. And they don't even have to be a full Dylan level guy.
Absolutely not.
I think they should be, personally.
Okay.
Because Dylan is, what happens with this, when you get into the repair businesses, and you've probably seen this, the rep will sell a repair, but they'll miss something that you'll catch.
Yeah.
So I don't think you should have Joe Schmo doing this. I do think you should put a good tech on the roof, because like that chimney there, if you're going to see that as a tech, as a leak point, and that happens all the time.
And generally, guys are kind of selling this like, get 3 to 5 more years out of your roof.
Yeah.
And if that's not fixed, potentially that's not 3 to 5 more.
Exactly. And sometimes you do gotta sell, like I've been on jobs before where we've had to charge the customer more because we had to replace decking that we didn't sell with the job. But that's where you can have a conversation like, hey, this is a leak point for a few extra $100 bucks. But the tech is catching that because he's like just sharper, for lack of a better term, than a salesman.
Is that true, Dylan? Are you sharper than all the salespeople at Northface?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
Humility.
Yeah.
Beautiful humility.
I would say yes.
On
Cut
record.
That. Cut that.
He said, cut that. We have a war between, and there was already a war between production and sales, and now we like just put a little bit on the fire.
I always like to do that. And I like talk to
them.
I always talk to them about it, and they're like, we're actually really cool. Like production and sales is actually very chill at Northface. I'm like, yeah, but for content, we need a versus.
This shingle's pretty stiff. If I moved it anymore, I feel like that corner would snap off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to like bend this corner up and like kind of, you don't want to like wiggle it back and forth, but you should be able to have some play with it.
All right, no bullshit out here. A few days later, let's test the pliability on these things. Moment of truth. Okay. It's got some give to it. All right, so it's not only the perceived value of getting a cleaned roof. This roof looks way nicer, but also, you know, talking through with them that as you rejuvenate and you put the oils back into a roof, it's much less likely to get damaged because it's not brittle.
My name is Bia Bonti and I got the roof refresh from Northface Construction. I'm happy that this was an option because our roof is pretty old, but it's not like at the point where it would need to be fully replaced. So I think this is like something that is a good in between, bridging that gap to when I'm actually ready to fully replace our roof. And I think it's something that is like reasonably priced. I would definitely recommend working with Northface Construction because they are super personable, and it was just such an easy process from start to finish, and they really highlighted all of the options that I had, from a full replacement to a roof refresh.